So, Grand Theft Auto 6 is scheduled to release in 2025, spring 2025 to be exact, but now it might be pushed back to the end of 2025 and in an emergency situation into 2026. Now, personally, I don't care because, well, I haven't enjoyed a GTA game since GTA 4, and I just think that there are too many good games out there right now to really care about GTA 6 being pushed back half a year to a full year. Yeah, but that's just me personally. But apparently they are falling behind, and Rockstar wants to put some pressure on their workers. And we'll get into this report here, but I think it's very interesting where the developers are working at. It seems like they are working at home and they're not even in the office for some reason. I thought COVID ended, but apparently it did not. So let's get into this here. So, GTA 6 production reportedly falling behind. Rockstar urges staff to return to office to avoid delay. So, the open world sequel set to launch next year, but leadership is worried it could get delayed until 2026. Oh no. Like, they don't even need the money anyway, as if GTA 5 hasn't made over $1 billion and continues to make millions a month, and as if Red Dead 2 didn't make millions, hundreds of millions. They don't need it. If they want it out spring 2025, it's probably because of investors. So Grand Theft Auto 6 is likely one of the most anticipated games in history. Um, I mean, they say that with every Grand Theft Auto game. With millions of players around the world waiting for any scrap of info or screenshot of the upcoming open world crime simulator. However, as remote workers struggle with an unwanted return to the office mandate from Rockstar Games, Kotaku has learned from sources with knowledge of the game's development process that GTA 6 could miss its 2025 release window and slip into 2026. Yeah, if you're all working from home, there's no way you can be as effective as if you're actually in the office together. Why are they still working from home, and why are they making a big deal about coming back? I would rather be working in the office than working at home. It's more motivating and getting out of your house. I don't know, maybe you guys know. You can let me know in the comments down below why the developers at Rockstar are still at home. COVID ended a long time ago. Officially unveiled in December 2023 after a massive 2022 leak, GTA 6 is the hotly anticipated follow-up to the 2013's GTA 5. Over a decade after that game's release and its massive, still growing sales numbers, Rockstar Games is hard at work on the sequel, which is set in Vice City, a fictional take on Miami, Florida. The game is set to come to PS5 and Xbox Series sometime in 2025, and internally that's still the plan. Kotaku was told by sources with knowledge of the situation that early 2025 is currently the goal. Yeah, I mean, there aren't many games that come out in the first half of the year. They want to stay clear of the holiday games, even though it will sell over the holiday games. But still, there are those people who are like, I got to get the new Call of Duty and the new Madden. Sorry, I'm not getting Call of Duty or not getting GTA 6. So yeah, they want to be in the spring where there's no other competition. However, Kotaku has also learned that it's becoming more and more likely that the sequel might not land until late 2025. It's also possible that it could even slip into 2026 as production reportedly falls behind. Oh, that's what happens when you work from home. In February, following numerous leaks, Bloomberg reported that Rockstar Games was mandating its employees to return to work 5 days a week in the office beginning in April. I mean, isn't that normal, working at work 5 days a week? Isn't that normal? The short notice and drastic change caught many by surprise and has led to frustration from staff who feel like they are being pushed out after being hired remotely, as reported by Aftermath on March 29th or March 19th. So, I mean, yeah, what that says right there is that they were hired to work remotely, so that is unfair if that is the case, because now they're like, sorry, you're not remote anymore, come back. Even though we hired you to work remotely, but they might have been hiring people to work remotely because of COVID restrictions, which then meant they were hired years ago. While security and quality are reportedly the main reasons Rockstar is instituting the mandate to return to the office, I was told by sources who wish to remain anonymous to avoid possible retaliation that development on GTA 6 has started falling behind. I'm told this has leadership at Rockstar nervous and worried about the game missing the 2025 window and slipping into 2026, and is another big reason the company is pushing for a return to the office in April. Just know, once you return to the office, once you give them that, there's no going back. It's not like they launch GTA 6 and then they're like, thanks everybody, you can go back home. That won't happen. So at the moment, I'm told that Rockstar is still aiming for GTA 6 to arrive in spring 2025, while an early 2025 release is the goal. Sources say they aren't sure if this will happen, and a fall 2025 launch seems more plausible and feasible. Meanwhile, delaying the game to 2026 is on the table as a sort of fallback plan or emergency option if needed. And of course, it should be noted, and I reminded when talking to folks about this situation, that Rockstar Games historically waits until the last minute to make changes or alter plans. So the next trailer for the game, no word on when to expect that, might not reflect a delay as the company pushes forward on development. So, Kotaku has contacted Rockstar Games, and speaking to Aftermath, one employee shared concerns that after improving over the last few years, Rockstar Games could slide back into dev crunch as GTA 6 enters the final part of its long development. We're concerned about going back to that, said one Rockstar employee to Aftermath. I've been through a couple of projects, both of which had crunch. The first one was extremely difficult. I had way less gray hair back then. We want to continue the strides we've made as a company to remove that toxic culture. Even if the game is internally pushed back into late 2025 or is publicly delayed until 2026, that doesn't mean workers who are being forced to return to the office against their wishes won't have to crunch. In fact, sometimes delays just mean more crunch. Regardless, it's clear that GTA 6's final year or so of development won't be easy or quick as the company aims for early 2025. Yeah, the crunch is bad. It was reported that when they have to crunch, they have to work 6-7 days a week, like 60 plus hours. They're there for more than 8 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's bad. So, I mean, that should be illegal. I still don't understand in the US how that's acceptable. They should be monitored. Hey, they're only here 8 hours, then they leave. They cannot be here more. Jobs I've had to stay and work overtime, and I'm like, oh no, that's okay, I won't. And they're like, oh well, there'll be mandatory overtime, you have to. That should be illegal. You should not have to work more than 8 hours a day, but you know, America. So yeah, what do you guys think? For me, I don't really care because I think the GTA games aren't that good. I don't like the auto aim on it. It makes the game too easy. And the online for GTA 5 early on when I got on, it was just in 2013 and 2015 when it launched for PS4 and Xbox One, the online just sucked. Filled with microtransactions. And then they had Red Dead 2, which I thought was good, but then they did not support that well at all. And there's just better games to play. It can get delayed. I don't care. There's so many better games to play. Baldur's Gate 3, Helldivers. There's other games you can play. Spider-Man. I just found out about this game called Bit Wars. It's like a Battlefield with Roblox, and it's really fun. Dragon Dogma just came out. Dragon Dogma 2, even though it's had some microtransactions and the PC version isn't working, I'm sure this time next month it'll be perfectly fine. So, yeah, go play that. Try out that game. Like, you don't need to just be obsessed with GTA, guys. It's going to get delayed, probably. If it doesn't get delayed, you're going to know they abuse their workers and it's rushed. So it's going to get delayed. There's plenty of games out there to play instead. Yeah, I don't know. That's just my thoughts. Sorry to all you GTA fans out there. I just think there are more better games. Branch out a little bit, guys. Come on. All right, well, comment, like, dislike, subscribe, and I will see you all in the next video.